In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create an octagon-shaped illuminated tunnel book that collapses flat. With help from a Chibitronics Rainbow Fade Animating LED, this one will also change colors. Unlike a traditional tunnel book, a removable circuit will be built onto this book's rear panel. The battery will be held in place with help from an optional magnet. To access the support materials, including a downloadable circuit diagram, printables, and a cut file that you can use to customize this project, please visit the link in the description below. To follow along, print out the battery holder and circuit templates onto a piece of cardstock, or use it as a guide. The pieces may be cut out and assembled to create the circuit layer panel for your book. The supplies I'm using are Chibitronics conductive fabric tape strips, a Rainbow Fade Animating LED sticker, a CR2016 battery, and a magnet. If you don't wish to use the magnet, you can skip that step. First, cut and fold the battery holder template. Next, adhere the right flap of the battery holder template over the footprint that matches it on the circuit template. Next, adhere a small flat magnet over the circular footprint on the left flap of the battery holder. Cut out the front and back sides of the circuit template and glue them together to create a single layer. Then adhere the conductive fabric tape strips over the pink and blue traces. The pink ones are positive and the blue ones are negative. The conductive tape should wrap around the edges of the circuit template and should fully cover the magnet. To extend the conductive fabric tape strips, simply adhere a new piece on top. Make sure the overlap is pressed down firmly. To maintain a solid electrical connection, be sure to wrap the tape all the way around to the other side. Repeat this process for the blue negative line. To help keep the battery in place, adhere a piece of double-sided tape alongside, but not on top of, the conductive tape inside the battery holder. Then create a sticky tape ball with a scrap of the conductive fabric tape and place it over the top of the negative lead. Cut your battery out and insert it into the battery holder negative side down. And then adhere the Rainbow Fade Animating LED sticker on top of its footprint. If you didn't include a magnet, adhere a second sticky piece of conductive tape on top of the positive lead of the battery holder when you want your LED to be turned on. Test the circuit by closing the battery holder flap. It should turn on. To make this book, you'll need to create 10 art layers that are the same size and shape as your circuit layer. You'll also need 2 side panels and 22 folded hinges. I'm using a layer of vellum behind my last art layer to diffuse the light, I printed my art image directly onto the vellum, but a plain piece works as well. Each art layer should have circles that decrease in size removed from their centers. You can do this by creating your own artwork or by printing my templates and using circular dies or a craft knife to remove their middles. Organize your pieces and number them all on their backsides, from the largest to the smallest diameter. Glue the first hinge to the front cover and attach it to one of the side panels. Then set that aside and glue hinges to the rest of your art layers. Be sure to glue the vellum to the last art layer before adding the hinges. Next, begin gluing the hinges for each of the art layers to the side panel in roughly 1/2 inch increments. Ensure that they're aligned with the side panel and maintain an even amount of space between them. After all of the hinges have been adhered to the first side panel, leave the book collapsed on its side and flip the pages so that the loose hinges are all facing up. This is a good time to erase the numbers that you penciled in on the back of your book pages. Next, glue the second side panel to the free hinge of the front cover. If you haven't already glued that on, do that now. Then, after attaching that second hinge to the front cover, glue the second side panel on top of the exposed hinges, ensuring that they're aligned. You can just add glue right on top of those hinges and then use your fingers to press them into place. Line up the side panel and then press it down well and allow it to dry before you open up the book. Once it's dried, ensure that it opens and closes smoothly in both directions. Once the main part of the tunnel book is assembled, it's time to add the remaining set of hinges to the circuit layer. Unlike the art layers, which have the hinges glued to their back side, the hinges of the circuit layer need to be glued to the front side. Glue the remaining 2 hinges to the front side of the circuit layer. Then, to make the circuit easy to remove, add 2 Velcro dots to the back sides of both hinges. Open up the tunnel book and connect 1 hinge to the side panel of the book and press it down to connect the pieces. This is a good time to reinforce your LED sticker with patches of conductive fabric tape if you haven't already done so. Then, with the book partially collapsed on its side, insert the second Velcroed hinge into the open end of the second side panel. If you want to, you can decorate the side panels too. I hope that you found this video helpful and that it's given you some fresh ideas that you can build upon. Thanks for watching.